It's time again for Ninja Warrior of Halo! Welcome to another episode of Ninja Warrior of Halo with me, Hunt Unit 751, the show where 100 challengers compete across a 4-stage obstacle course for ultimate glory. So far 20 challengers have taken on the course in this, the 12th tournament. Sadly, all 20 were defeated by the redesigned Stage 1, with most being undone by the first obstacle, the hill climb, which is brand new, whilst most of the others were undone by the rolling ball and the second of the new obstacles, the leap of faith. Only one person managed to get beyond the jump hang. Amongst those to be eliminated was returning veteran Red Apparition, who was wiped out early on the leap of faith. Today, the next 20 challengers will take on Stage 1, which includes more returning competitors. Do any of them have what it takes to complete Stage 1? There's only one way to find out. Let's see how they fare. First up is Nuked Ice Cream, who's a member of one of the 2 racing leagues that I'm in. He's a part of a group called the Halo Tracks, or the HT group, which specializes in a number of different racing series, one of them called the DRL, which stands for the Dirting Racing League, which is basically racing, but there's absolutely no rules on wrecking, which is why I love it. And Nuked Ice Cream is in it as well, and he's onto the rolling ball. Can he get it rolling? Yes he can, but he falls off instantly. Ta-ta. Next up is It's Reese X98, who's a member of the other racing league I'm in, called the ORL, which stands for the Outlaw Racing League, which is a kind of a more serious style of racing, sort of GP, Formula 1, NASCAR type racing. I enjoy that as well, but I prefer the DRL, to be honest, but I enjoy both of them. The ORL provides the serious stuff, the DRL provides the funny, entertaining stuff. And It's Reese, just like Nuked Ice Cream, shows that he's not just good at racing, he's also okay at jumping as he overcomes the hill climb. That first obstacle took out a lot of people in the last episode. He's onto the rolling ball, rolling along nicely, slow and steady, gets you over the obstacles, but it might not win you the race. He's running out of time here. He's onto the leap of faith, the second of the new obstacles in this tournament. You've got to sprint, time your jump just right off the antenna to land on the pallet, and then jump to the other side over the gap. Oh, he's not got enough speed, and he falls short. He didn't land in the right spot on the pallet. Next up is Singing Gnome 269, another newcomer, who gets a sprint start into the hill climb, shooting up it. Oh, and shooting back down it. He's gone as well. Next up is Albiich123, another newcomer. How's he gonna do? Nice helmet, all red, 90 seconds as time started. What's he doing? Where's he going? What the heck was that? What in God's name was that? What kind of an attempt was that? Let's get a replay. See his fancy helmet again. The tank fires, time starts, but rather than attempt the obstacle course, he decides to go on a suicide jump. What a wally. Well, back to normality with Z Nexus in HD. Another newcomer, but he's a friend of All-Star Drago is Sick, who's one of the top competitors on this course. Does he have the same level of jumping skills as Drago? Well, he gets across the hill climb gap very nicely, and he's over the obstacle in less than 20 seconds. That's a very good pace. That's probably the pace you'll want to go at to have plenty of time for the rest of the obstacles. Anything after that and you could be struggling a little bit. Z Nexus is just about managed to get the ball rolling at last, and he gets off it nicely onto the leap of faith. Got to time this jump just right. You probably want to try and land in about the middle of the pallet. He lands at the other end, but he manages to get enough jump to reach the other side, and now he's onto the jump hang. Got to sprint, hit the trampoline, and fly to the other side. I don't think he's giving himself a big enough run up. Is he going to fall short? Yes, he is. He falls short, and he's gone. Following Nexus's run, impressive run, more challengers took on the course, but unfortunately for returning competitor Noble Jack D and newcomer Technic B, both of them were undone by the new first obstacle, the hill climb, like so many others in the first episode. But following them, the other challengers managed to find this hill climb fairly straightforward, only to be undone by the obstacles after it, the rolling ball, and in particular the leap of faith, where timing the jump is perfect if you want to land in the right spot on the pallet and get to the other side. And unfortunately, none of these challengers managed to do that. And the one person that did manage to get beyond the leap of faith was then undone by the jump hang, which means we still had no one complete stage 1. Next up is returning veteran Sane the Legend, who on his debut 2 tournaments ago in Tournament 10 managed to complete stage 1. Very impressive considering it was his debut. How will he fare on this new stage 1, slightly different to the stage 1 he attempted before? Oh, he only just makes the gap there. That could have been an early exit for Sane. He runs his own Ninja Warrior-like jumping map. He's trying to get it going. So I'm glad, to be honest, because only me and Smokey are still the established people that run these jumping courses. He's onto the rolling ball, an obstacle he is familiar with. Will all these new obstacles and changes knock him out and prevent him from beating stage 1 for a second time? It's onto the leap of faith. He's not fast at the moment, that could become an issue here. But he gets over the leap of faith. Now he's onto the jump hang. No one's got over it yet. He hits the trampoline. Oh, he lands at the very bottom. He's still on. Oh no, he's hit his head on the column above when he tried to jump off and he falls off. That's incredibly unlucky. Next up is FUFS Ruddock. How is Mr. Ruddock gonna do? Wearing pink. Gets over the first hill quite nicely. Oh, doesn't use the forward momentum to jump the gap, but he still makes it. And he's quickly up the second hill as well. Nicely done. Onto the rolling ball. Trying to get it rolling. Ooh. Smacks it to finally get it rolling, but now it's going very fast. Can he hang on? Yes, he can. He reaches the bottom. And why did he walk backwards? Why? Why did he do that? I don't know. Next up is Fearless GT, another newcomer, and he's a friend of ExtremeUKGaming, who's another veteran on this course. We'll be seeing game types later on in the tournament. Fearless GT is also sees himself as a pretty decent forger, but will that mean he does well on this course? He makes the gap nicely onto the second climb, but he's having trouble with that jump. So much so that we've decided to fast forward it a little bit, if anyone noticed. Now he's finally over it and onto the rolling ball. Can he get over this? Lost a lot of time on the first obstacle. If you don't get over the first obstacle quickly, it leaves you in a near impossible situation, and he fell off the rolling ball instantly. Next up is returning competitor, I should say, Clannish Safe 85. He is definitely not a veteran. In his debut in Tournament 11, he went out in spectacular style on the rolling ball. So how will he do today? Will he get back to the rolling ball again? Well, to do that, he's going to have to get over this new hill climb. It's probably not as deadly as the quintuple steps were, but it is more time consuming, especially if you struggle with some of these jumps, like this jump in particular. That jump you've got to get just right. And Clannish is not doing it. There we go, he finally gets it. Doesn't get that one. There we go, one jump, and now over the gap, and he's onto the rolling ball. A lot of people have got over the hill climb today. It was a real killer in the first episode, not so in this episode. But he's onto the rolling ball. This took him out in the previous tournament. He's rolling, he's hanging on, he's doing better than last time. Reaches the end, and he walks backwards. Why'd you do that? You've done the hard work, and then you just let it go to waste. Next up is I Am Ben Martin, who's a friend of mine in real life. He wanted to try the course, so can he make his debut count? He did reveal he doesn't really play Halo that much, but he's still giving it a shot. Goes for the gap. Oh, he almost made it, but he didn't, and he's gone. Next up is a Jewpocalypse. friend of Mr. Ben Martin. Can he do better than his friend? Oh. No, he's a bit all over the place at the moment. I didn't think he was going to make some of those jumps when he was climbing up, and now he's falling back down again. But now he's back at the top. Now for the gap. This is where Ben failed. Can he get over it? No, he can't. He's gone as well. And with that, guys, we're just going to take a quick pause to have a look at today's Ninja Killer. Although the hill climb was a real killer in episode 1, today it's the rolling ball that has caused the most trouble. With 5 challenges undone by it, and several of the challengers that did manage to get over it were still having trouble on it. 2 challenges left to go now. Next is Snazosaurus Rex, making his 5th appearance on the course, which makes him one of the most experienced challengers we've had so far. His appearances have spread all across the Ninja Warrior of Halo series. He was the first person ever to attempt the Halo Reach course all the way back in Tournament 2. But he has been in all of the Halo 4 tournaments so far. This is the 3rd tournament in a row he's been in, but his record's very mixed. He's onto the rolling ball. This took him out in Tournament 10. Tournament 11, he failed the first obstacle, so he's already done better than he did last time. But he's having trouble getting the ball rolling here. What do you do when the ball refuses to roll? Try harder. Come on, Snazosaurus Rex, you can do it. Come on. There we go, he's finally got it. He's rolling along, hanging on. He gets over it. This is a first for Snazosaurus Rex. He's onto the 3rd obstacle for the first time ever. The leap of faith, it's caused problems today. He gets a good jump, but it's not good enough. And he's gone, like so many others. Which means last up today is EXpose. He may be a newcomer, but he's one of the top competitors on Smoky Massacre's course, having reached the 3rd stage several times. So, can he make his debut count on this course? Yet another challenger who competes on both Smoky's course and my course, which is what I like to see. I like to see competitors competing on both. He got over the hill climb unbelievably quickly, less than 20 seconds, and he's already on the rolling ball. He doesn't like these rolling ball type obstacles. He failed one of them back on Smoky's course, but he gets over this one today. Now for the leap of faith. Got to time the jump just right, and he does so. Lands very nicely in the middle. Now for the jump hang. No one's got over it so far today. Oh, he lands at the very bottom. Can he recover? Yes, unlike Sane, he manages to get over. He's the first person to beat the jump hang today. He's onto the warped wall. Only one other person has reached this obstacle so far in this tournament. He gets up it first time. He's in with a real chance now. He's onto the Tarzan slide. Slide down the pathways, over the drop, over the bump, and then you'll be launched onto the final steps. 20 seconds left on the clock. That should be enough time. Expose. On his debut on Smoky Massacre's course, he reached the 3rd stage. And on his debut on this course, he's going to complete stage 1 and advance to stage 2. Cracks and sounds, but it makes no difference. He finishes with just under 8 seconds left on the clock. And Expose powers his way into stage 2. He never looked like falling on any of the obstacles, and he's earned his spot at the stage 1 finish line. And he's the first person to complete this redesigned stage 1 and advance to stage 2. We look forward to seeing him in stage 2. And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode, guys. 40 tried, and thanks to Expose, we now have a stage 1 clear and someone advancing to stage 2. But there's still 60 challenges left to go, guys, and we'll see the next 20 in the next episode, which includes more of the ORL and DRL racers and 2 of the established stooges on this course. Will anyone else be able to complete stage 1 and join Expose in stage 2? Till then, guys, I've been Hunter Unit 751. Goodbye!
To our list of channels and will receive a starter pack of graphics you can use for your YouTube videos. Then we will help you gain more subscribers by introducing you to